Good morning. Welcome to Executing My Ex's Ministries Freedom Fridays with your host, which is myself, Ashley D. Listen, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. And I am so glad that I made it to see another beautiful day, another beautiful Friday, because if you're anything like me, you had a very long and stressful week. And so I am so grateful to the Lord that He allowed me to make it to the weekend so I can somewhat get some rest. And honestly, I probably won't because I still have a lot to do. But real quick, I do want to say last time that I talked to you all last Friday, I was talking to you all from the hospital in regards to my grandmother. She was being admitted into Centera Norfolk General because they found a abdominal aortic aneurysm, and thankful to the Lord that they did not have to do surgery. They were able to treat it and to treat the infection. So I'm glad to report that she has been discharged as of yesterday, and she is back home. And so we spent some time, getting her settled in on yesterday and making sure she's okay. So for all of you who do know, who didn't know, thank you for your thoughts, your prayers, your concerns, your phone calls, your text messages, your visits, your gifts. From me and my family to you, we want to say thank you. So me, we're talking about the fruit of the Spirit, gentleness. So to conclude it, I want to talk about the strength of gentleness. Now, gentleness is defined as the quality of being kind, mild-mannered, and just compassionate, So when I think about, if I'm honest, let's be honest for a second. Gentleness was not always the quality that I practice. If I could be 100% transparent, I would say in the last 4 or 5 years, I started to learn how to be a little bit more gentle, a little bit more kind and compassionate. Not saying that I was never kind, but when it came down to certain situations, I have been that person that was just straightforward and just, let's cut to the chase, let's get it done. But I learned how to be a little bit more compassionate, even down to myself. I've always been hard on myself. You all know we are our worst critics, right? And so nobody has to say anything to us, but because we have particular goals and dreams and aspirations, we're always going to be hard on ourselves. But I had to start learning how to be kind to myself and how to be gentle towards myself. And because I started to learn how to do that slowly but surely, because I'm still learning, I had to learn how to be gentle, kind, and compassionate towards someone else. I think one of the reasons why as Christians we struggle with being gentle is because some people do take it as a weakness. We go back to the old saying, don't take my kindness for weakness. But today I want you to know that being gentle does not mean you have to be weak. It does not mean you have to be passive. It just simply means that you can be very kind, mild-mannered, just compassionate, but you can also set boundaries. You can always also protect yourself as well in the process. There is strength when it comes down to being gentle. It doesn't mean that you have to be completely passive and let people walk over you. It does not mean that you can just, because sometimes people think that, well, they're gentle, they're nice, blah, blah, and they try to get away with whatever they can as long as they can, because they feel like you being a Christian, being a gentle Christian, that they can do whatever. But that's not necessarily the case. You can still set boundaries. You can still be very tactful, say a strong word, but still be kind and compassionate about it in order to protect yourself and protect your heart and protect your whole atmosphere. So today I want to tell you that there is strength in being gentle. I don't want you to ever feel like when you are being gentle, you are being kind, you're being compassionate. It means that you can allow people to walk over you. It's not the case. You can still be kind, you can still be compassionate, but still be stern and say, listen, as much as I love you, as much as I care, as much as I, care about who you are, and, I'm going to always treat you well, does not give you access and does not give you the right to feel like you can walk over me and to dictate to my life and different things like that. So, I know that's a little different for a Freedom Friday, but I want to tell you that because personally, that's something that I had to learn the difference about. I had to learn how to separate. I just kind of had to learn to find my balance in that. So I want to share that with you. Just because you are gentle, as we ought to be as Christian believers, does not mean that you are weak, does not mean that you have to be passive, does not mean that you have to allow people or situations to walk over you and walk on you or overpower you, but you still have strength as a person and as a believer to protect yourself, to protect your heart and your mind from the things that could attack you in the process, and from people who could take advantage of your gentleness and compassion. So today I want you to walk in freedom, knowing that you're not weak because you're gentle, but you are still very much strong, and it's okay to still protect yourself and protect your mind, your spirit. And as long as you continue to be in alignment with the will of God, and as long as you continue to mirror God's heart and who he is and how he loves you and how he loves his people, you're doing okay. So I hope something was said to encourage you and help you a little bit more today on this beautiful Freedom Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in to Executing My Exodus Ministries Freedom Fridays with your host, which is myself, Ashley D. I love you with the love of Christ, and I want you to remember, being gentle does not mean you are weak. God bless you.